Welcome, Knowledge Boners, to the Knowledge Boner podcast. It is Tuesday. Got my boy Wally Wynn here. How's it going, Wally?
What up, Knowledge Boner podcast? I'm excited.
We are just kind of recapping everything that's happened since we started this journey on this podcast. We talked a lot about on this podcast about how skills are important. Um, and if you're listening in and you're interested in being an entrepreneur, I think one of the things that I'd like to say is you have to make it about being an entrepreneur and get rid of the employee mindset. And what I mean by that is when me and Wally have been focusing on these skills, it literally 100% is about the skills and not the money. We were just having this conversation, and if it comes to where there's an opportunity, guys, the reason why we're able to develop these skills is we literally look at it as practice, and like we have to have this skill, we have to get better. And it doesn't matter about how much we're getting paid to be able to master the skill. It doesn't matter how much we have to pay ourselves to be able to learn and master the skill. It's never about the money. It is always, always about the skill. So why don't you kind of elaborate that on that, Wally? Like especially from when we started the podcast to how you developed your skills and what you did to be able to further that skill without being greedy and making it about money.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, the first piece of it is obviously you're all starting. So you're gonna take courses. You're gonna invest in yourself, right? You're gonna buy all this material from gurus. You can maybe from us in the future, right? Like you're gonna get this material at some point, and so you're gonna learn these skills, right? But you got to practice them. Just like when you don't go on a basketball court and all of a sudden go dunk, right? You don't dunk the first time you get on a basketball court. Same thing whenever you develop these skills. Like even though the course or class that you're going to take is going to tell you, you know what, by the end of this course, you are 100% ready to do whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's not entirely true. They're feeding you a little bit of a lie because you still have to practice, right? Like nobody gets better without actually using the skills that they're doing, even if they learn in a course. So that's the difference between like just straight knowledge and then application of knowledge, right? And so that's the biggest thing for us. So what I mean by that is, um, so when we're working with clients and stuff, there's a lot of times where people will tell you, hey, if you value your time or blah blah blah, you're going to charge this person a premium price, right? Like very very high price, no matter what, right? So a lot of these guys will tell you to close like high ticket packages like right at the get go, which if you can, by all means, go ahead, right? But for me and for me on the other hand, the way I view it is like this. I know I have this skill, I know it's valuable, but because I know that I don't necessarily have as much experience as other people, there's no reason why I would charge that premium price. Instead, I would much rather go with the pitch and say, hey man, look, I'm learning, right? But I want to learn and apply my skills, right? So I'm going to charge you way less. In fact, it's going to be like significantly less. And you're going to be, and people would like look at me now and be like, why did you do that? Why did you only take, $500 or $1,000 for all the work you're going to do? And it's because I want to get good, right? It's not, for me, it's not about the money because I know the money will come once I'm the best, right? Once I'm the best, the money comes. So for me, it's just about learning the skills. So if I can get paid to perfect the skills that I'm learning right now, I'm gonna 100% take that deal
Yeah.
any day of the week, right? And the cool thing is when you position yourself like that, instead of coming off as an entire like a completely guru expert, it actually help is in your favor with business owners, especially if you're our age. Like, I'm 25, I turn 26 next year, right? But a big barrier to overcome whenever you're dealing with these business owners is they always look at you, you're kind of green to them, right? What I mean by green is you don't really, in their mind, you don't have a lot of experience yet because you're young, right? But instead, if you play that in your favor, and you turn around and say, you know what, you're right, I don't have a lot of experience, but I have this skill set. I've been working on it for this many years or this long, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
use it on your business. Give me a shot, right? It's a way better pitch than coming off as trying to say, you know what, like I can do this for you 100% on the best. Because at the end of the day, like, we're all learning and growing, right? And so that's like been my approach 100% whenever I've been like going to clients. At least when I started, going my venture right now. Back in the day, I'd say, my first couple of years of entrepreneurship, I listened to people and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to charge them like ridiculous fuck tons of money, right? but I don't have the skills to back it up yet. I didn't have the skills or experience to prove that I could do it. So the problem that you're going to come across if you try to close like too high ticket right ahead of time, if you can't deliver the value, then
Yeah,
your name's going to go to
exactly.
shit
And I
very
know
fast.
for those that have been tuning in and had joined our free Facebook group, we've been posting content in there, everything we've been learning in terms of digital marketing, getting leads, closing sales, getting clients. And one person in the group had, did a comment on something Wally did, and brand new guy, no experience whatsoever, and automatically, just from what he said in his comment, I could tell like employee mindset, right? He said he doesn't feel like charging only $9.97 for what he wants to do is enough value and worth his time, um, which is okay, especially if you feel like you're valued more than that. But I asked him how many clients he has so far and how much experience, and he has none. So again, guys, that's not the right mentality. Like, your time, if you have no clients and you're a beginning entrepreneur, is worth zero. Like, you have no skills. Like, you're not worth more than that. So there's nothing wrong with taking a client for $9.97 or even less and developing that skill. Right, he's not making it about getting better and developing his skill. He's making it about the money. That is
He's
a
not about the money,
crucial
exactly.
mistake.
Making it about the
Guys,
money.
think about some of the greatest successful people that are out there, even billionaires, and you hear their story. Guys, they purposely went under somebody's wing for an entire year, some longer, some 1 to 3 years, without getting paid a penny, paid nothing, nothing, working for free just so they can develop the skills from a successful person to apply whenever they were ready. Like, think about that. That's what an entrepreneur does. We don't work for money. Okay, guys, we leverage people, we leverage resources, we leverage money, we leverage our skills to make money in the future, but we never work for money. It's not about the money, it is about the skills. And that's what you have to drill into your head and understand. You may be thinking, but if I do all this stuff and they're only going to pay me this and it's going to be so time consuming. Yes, it is. Like, you have to put all the upfront work in order to get into it. And that's what Wally had been doing. And that's why Wally's skills. I mean, Wally, if y'all was listening, he just got was it a tax? Is it a tax attorney, Wally?
Tax consultant. So he's what it is called an enrolled agent. So enrolled agents, they actually are hired, like it's like the highest level of tax representation that you
Mm-hmm.
can get besides an actual tax attorney. Um, and yeah, I mean, like basically that dude's a boss, and he's been doing the tax consultant, and it's had all kinds of marketers and stuff pitch him for years. We're talking like, he's like probably in his 50s right now, right? So, you're talking like almost 10, 15 years of different people coming in to pitch him different ideas. And you think of me, all of a sudden a 25-year-old guy comes in and gives him one sample, and he's like, I gotta have you
So
as
think about that,
to work
guys.
with it. I
The
need your help,
sample that Wally
right?
gave this guy from his skills that he's literally started developing from when we started this podcast. Think about that. This is episode 42. Wally was just now into developing that skill that many episodes ago, right? Practicing and getting better, not making anything about the money. And because he got that skill up so well, he was able to send a sample to this guy, and he was super impressed and is willing to pay him. And even Wally still Wally says, you know what? I've never done copy for somebody that does taxes before. So I'm not going to charge you what I want to charge people because I need to get the skills and experience up to get you results. Wally wasn't greedy at all. He knows that he wants to get even better and even better because a domino effect's going to happen. He's going to get this guy results. His skills are going to get way better. He's going to get referrals, and now he could charge 3 times, even 5 times the amount. Be confident in being able to get results for these people because Wally is making it about the skills. And we have been doing this since day one. We've never made it about the money.
Absolutely. Yeah, same thing with Dylan. Like, look, Dylan, I mean, we're not going to mention who you're closing for as an influencer, right? But think about that. You've honed your sales skills for a long time. You've always been that sales guy. Like even on, your post on, I don't know if you guys don't know this, Dylan was actually featured on Ty Lopez's Instagram story one time, killing it, doing some sales, closed like 30K worth of sales. before we even started this podcast. This is
20,
like
20K,
completely
20K
different
worth
realm,
of
right?
sales. But yeah, in a month.
And then he, okay, I'm sorry, 20K worth of sales in a month. It's still high, right? And so so with that on the plate, and then now he went and started honing his closing skills by saying, okay, like how can I get even better? How can I get even better? And it's crazy this to see some of these people that are talking to Dylan now, and they're like, man, how are you this good already? How long have you been doing this, right? And it's like from his standpoint, Dylan doesn't feel like he's been doing it that long, but he's just been only focused on getting better, and that's it. And so now he's starting to reap the benefits. Now people that have like you're looking at people that have been entrepreneurs for a significant amount of time are looking at Dylan and being like, man, he's got it. Like he's figured out this piece really, really well.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I just want to get better at my skills, get better and better. And since we're talking about, yesterday evaluating where we are and just kind of recapping, now again, even while Wally's developing his copywriting and I'm developing my sales skills, behind the scenes right now, today, me and Wally are literally masterminding together and saying, okay, here's where we're at. Here's where we're trying to go. We're hitting momentum. What skills do we need to master now to jump to that next level? So even now, me and Wally are focused on taking time outside of our crazy busy days, and honing in on our marketing skills, social media marketing, spending money on advertising, because we want to master it because we need that skill set to hit that next level. So even today, me and Wally are still hungry and focused and obsessed, fucking obsessed with learning these skills. And that's what this podcast is all about, knowledge boners. And I tell you what, I'm not going to say where the source came from, but what we're learning right now, I mean, huge knowledge boners. I mean, me and Wally were just discussing this the other day about a Facebook ad strategy that just clicked. Like me and Wally, it fucking clicked in our head. And we're like, oh my God, no wonder these influencers are getting so many fucking leads. Oh yeah.
No wonder they're crushing it. Exactly. And from our standpoint, it's like, just to give it a little background, like I've been doing ads for years now. Like I've been doing Facebook ads for a while. I know I'm very familiar with the platform. I'm very familiar, and I've been working on honing that skill. But then, it goes to show you that you always need to learn, because even though I had 2 years under my belt, we get into some of this content from this particular source, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, my face is blowing off. And the moment you think you know everything, you know nothing, right? So guys, just stay hungry. Like you know nothing. Remember that you know zero. Because the moment that you say you know something, your cup is full, right? Empty your cup. Like you need to pretend as if you can learn something every day from anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. And it's interesting because I was talking to an awesome guy that's on one of our teammates, and we were kind of just posting our results in a group, and I'm leading our team right now in closes and at sales, and I'm the the top sales guy. He told me, he's like, it's really interesting is you were so humble to give credit to your team and your leaders, and you didn't make your post about you at all. And I think that's important too. And I really didn't think about it. And I thought about it. I was like, oh, wow, thank you so much. I am developing my skills, but at the same time, guys, when you start to expand and you have a team and, give credit where credit is due, it's not about you. You wouldn't be there without your team. You wouldn't be there without the people you work with. As me and Wally grow together, like I wouldn't be there without Wally. So always stay humble, make it about skills, just be humble. And never be afraid to learn new skills. Realize that there's always going to be that next level. One day you'll wake up, your monthly income will be insane. And then still you got to ask yourself, great, here's where I'm at. What skills do I have to learn to get to that next jump? And that's exactly what we're doing. I'm not even kidding for those listening. Like literally, that's exactly what we're doing.
And we try to make it a point to do it like every, it's like a gut check. It's almost weekly sometimes now, where we've gotten to the point where, are we making the right steps here? Like, we'll think about it. It's like, and that's one thing I think nobody really does, or I shouldn't say nobody, but I think a lot of people have a hard time doing is like, okay, they have your goal, right? But then you got to have some of those reality checks sometimes too. You know what I mean? And so reality checks being like, okay, this was my goal, and this is all the stuff I did in this last like month or week or whatever. And so did all these things line up with what I wanted to do? Or all these things helping me feed my end vision, right? And sometimes you're gonna find out that some of the shit you're doing is not helping you, right? And then you have to be able to be like, you know what, like even though that may have been a good idea, that's not really helping me achieve what I want to achieve right now. So I need to drop it or put it on hold, right? And you need to double and triple down on what's working, or at least
Right.
going towards what you want to work, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so hopefully that was valuable for everyone tuning in today. That makes sense on your skills. Let us know in the comments below if you're on YouTube, or send us a voice message on Anchor. If you are currently working on developing new skills, or you know a skill that you want to learn, share with us where you are in your journey. We'd love to hear it. Um, Michael Kana, thank you so much for favoriting our podcast on Anchor. We appreciate that. Want to give a shout out to you if you're listening. And we will catch you guys on tomorrow's episode. As always, guys, if you want to learn more about the skills that we are developing, what Wally's talking about with copywriting, maybe we need something to do with sales or how to get leads, check out our Facebook group, Leads Closing Sales. Go to Facebook, hit search, Leads Closing Sales. Join the Facebook group, guys. It's free community, and we'll be covering content on that for you guys as well. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Go kill it. Enjoy your Tuesday.